I'm going to say this and then I ain't going to say nothing else. Listen to me, baby. Don't ever change the position of who you are in your child's life. Don't change yourself from being your child's mother to the position of being your child's baby mama. Don't change yourself from that. And this, what I'm about to say to y'all, is vice versa. Okay? All right? But to you, your child's, the mothers out here that mainly have the responsibility of your child. In other words, your child lives with you. Your child is primarily with you. Wherever you living, if you living alone, which is great, if you living with your parents, your grandparents, or whatever the case may be, if that child is primarily with you, don't ever change the status of who you are in your child's life. That child comes first, no matter how you feeling. Because in my mind, a baby mama is bitter. A baby mama mad, she fussing, she cussing, she kicking, she scratching, she screaming, she breaking up stuff, she carrying on. She's bitter. All right, and she might have reason to be bitter. He might have the child's father might have cheated, did something he had no business doing. 9 times out of 10, y'all young men need to behave yourselves. But 9 times out of 10, that's what they done did, and you bitter, you mad, and with good reason. But the reason is not good. No reason is good enough for you. If your child's father is a good guy and he really wants to be in his child's life, he really loves his child, nothing should keep you from allowing that child to be in his father's life. Do you know how many children out here today don't have the benefit of their father in their lives? So many. You might have been one of them. And you are so angry that you will keep your child from seeing their father, a father that loves them, a father that wants to be with them, a father that knows that's their child. Come on, baby. Don't let nothing keep you from, don't let nothing have you doing that. Not even money. Not even money. Because let me tell you something. If that father is working, for example, and he gives you money, you're going to take that money. But then you're going to turn around and try to dictate when he can see his child, and you know you can trust him. Now, this is if you know you can trust him. You know he's not going to do anything to allow harm to come to that child. He's not going to have anybody around that child that ain't got no business around him. Now, just like you, he might have to work, so he might have to have mom or grandma keeping the child. But for the most part, he shouldn't have folk around that child, his homeboys and things. If he playing the game, he need to put that daggone game up when he has time with his child. When you got time with your child, all things need to be set aside until that child is not in your presence, maybe taking a nap or something like that. But at the end of the day, as long as that father is getting that child and and knows the people and himself, including himself, and that child is safe, you good. You good. Don't take the benefit of that child having their father in their lives because you mad, because you bitter, because you upset, because he did you wrong. Him doing you wrong ain't got nothing to do with what his relationship with this child. If he was a bad boyfriend or man to you, that don't mean he's a bad father to his child. Those two things don't match, baby. They're not the same. And this is everything I'm saying is vice versa. Because if you a baby daddy and you have primary care of your child and you bitter and you doing the same thing, you a problem too. But one thing, child support, let's talk about this. Child support and time with their child are two different things. If you have a father that's in that child's life, let that father, because it's his child too. The child should be allowed and the father should be allowed to see their child and vice versa. You should not come between that, no matter how upset and how bitter you are and how angry you are. If you know your child is going with their father and they will be safe, and the father got sense enough not to have folk all up in that child's face or being all around that child, hanging around with the homeboys around that child, hanging with other girls around that child, doing all that. One thing has nothing to do with the other, okay? All right, you go and if the father is not doing what he's supposed to do, because both parents need to equally be sharing financially and care and time with that child. Everybody should be doing that equally. So I don't want to hear that, you mad at them because this, that, or the other. Even if you are, that child has a right to see their father, and that father has a right to see their child. And you shouldn't come between that. I know you upset. I know you might be hurt, but one thing don't have anything to do with the other. That child comes first. Now, when it comes to child support, yes, you deserve child support, and he is wrong if he's not paying child support, and vice versa. They're wrong if they're not paying child support. However, child support don't have nothing to do with time, and I said it. Okay, one don't have nothing to do with the other, especially if you know he's a good father. He may not have been a good boyfriend or a man to you, but if he's a good father, one don't have nothing to do with the other. Do what you got to do to make sure you get the financial help you need, but still don't stand in the way of that child seeing their father. Still don't stand in the way of that. Only if you know that father is safe, that child is safe with their father. Only if you know that, okay? And I mean that, and I stand on that as well. Now, if y'all can't work things out, and you have went on and became a baby mama, okay? You bitter, you're mad, you're angry, and you leaving that father no choice. Fathers and mothers, if whoever this applies to, you might have to carry your little cute behind down to the courts, to the family court, in your city or state, in your county, and you might have to file for joint custody. File for joint custody. That's going to give you the right to spend quality time with your child at an agreed upon time. Now, 9 times out of 10, they're going to appoint a mediator, and y'all can work that thing out, and y'all have to follow what the court says, or you're going to find yourself back in court. You're going to find yourself in contempt of court. All of that stuff may take place if you don't follow the rules. Okay? And once again, one don't have nothing to do with the other. So if they're not paying child support, then you have to go and file child support as well, okay? Down at the courts or at your local child support enforcement agency. Bottom line is this. My whole point is this. Y'all need to be able to co-parent. You need to be able to take care of that child, because in this case, the child comes first. Your feelings don't come first. The child comes first. And if you do that, your child can have a successful life with both their parents. Otherwise, you're going to cause the child trauma, and it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary to do that. This is the one time you need to set your feelings aside. This is the one time, and that's for that child. Now, if you want to be ghetto, and you want to be wretched, and you want to fuss, fight, cuss, and do all that kind of stuff, then go right ahead. But I promise you, you are not going to be hurting yourself. You're going to be hurting that child. Have an amazing day.